picture yourself seated by a wide-open window, gazing up at the night sky twinkling with distant stars, and I shall recount to you a wondrous tale about the cosmos, about our Earth, and about how intelligent beings elsewhere might be observing us from the past. This is no fabricated story, but one grounded in actual scientific facts, those revelations that astronomers have uncovered through telescopes and data from space. We shall delve deeply into the notion that extraterrestrials view Earth not in its present form, but as an ancient version, brimming with turmoil and vitality from thousands of years ago. And I shall expand this narrative by incorporating the most recent knowledge from contemporary discoveries, so that you might envision it more vividly, sensing the mystery and isolation of the vast universe. Suppose, at this moment, on a planet 1,800 light-years distant from Earth, extraterrestrial scientists are directing their telescopes towards us. A light-year is a unit of distance based on the speed at which light travels in 1 year, approximately 9,460 billion kilometers. So 1,800 light-years represents an immense expanse, where light from Earth requires 1,800 years to arrive there. In their eyes, China remains frozen in the era of the Three Kingdoms, a tumultuous historical period in ancient China spanning from the year 220 to the year 280 after the Common Era. This epoch originated from the collapse of the Han Dynasty, when three major powers divided the territory: Cao Wei in the north, Shu Han in the southwest, and Eastern Wu in the southeast. It was an age of heroes, fierce battles, and ingenious strategies that inspire awe even today. In the view of those extraterrestrials, Earth lacks towering skyscrapers piercing the clouds, lacks rockets roaring into the sky with thunderous blasts, and even lacks any trace of gunpowder smoke, for that invention had not yet occurred in that time. What appears before them is the land of Huaxia in the year 225 after the Common Era, a vast region with majestic rivers and mountains, lush forests, and golden rice fields ripening under the warm sunlight. At that time, Zhuge Liang, the brilliant strategist of Shu Han, renowned for his exceptional intellect and divine-like schemes, was leading a southern expedition against Meng Wo, the leader of the southern tribes. Envision that scene: Zhuge Liang seated upon a wooden chariot of his own design, fanning himself with a feather fan in the breeze, guiding soldiers through damp forest paths where birdsong mingles with the wind rustling through leaves, and the scent of moist earth lingers after rain. He captured Meng Wo 7 times and released him each time, persuading through benevolence rather than violence, crafting a touching tale of wisdom and patience. Meanwhile, the cavalry of Cao Wei, under the command of Cao Bai, son of Cao Cao, who formally established the state of Wei in the year 220, were rampaging across the Central Plains, the fertile heartland with long rivers such as the Yangtze and the Yellow River. Those cavalry charged swiftly on horseback, dust billowing in clouds, the pounding of hooves echoing like war drums, conquering fortresses and expanding domains, and the warships of Eastern Wu, under Sun Quan, anchored at the mouth of the Yangtze River, where turbulent waves crash against the shores, the salty sea air blending with the shouts of sailors. Eastern Wu excelled in naval forces, with large vessels laden with troops, prepared to confront enemies on the expansive waters. Human civilization remained in the age of cold weapons, where the gleaming flash of blades and swords dominated the planet, with the clang of metal resounding in battles, blood spilling, and heroic tales passed orally from generation to generation. And they, those extraterrestrials, would never know that the future of this planet has long turned the page in the flow of time. With the extraordinary advancements we experience today, if these extraterrestrials now dispatch a signal towards Earth, a beam of electromagnetic waves carrying curiosity and queries, perhaps questions about life on this blue planet, or friendly greetings from their civilization, it must traverse the distance of 1,800 light-years to reach us. Light and electromagnetic waves travel at 300,000 kilometers per second. Yet that span is so vast that the journey endures for millennia. By the time the signal arrives, humanity's calendar would have advanced to the year 4025 after the Common Era, a future we can only imagine with superior technologies. Perhaps interstellar travel or cities floating amid the clouds. Who knows if Earth would still exist then, with its verdant surface and immense oceans, or if it would have altered due to climate change or natural disasters? Might human civilization have perished long before in wars, catastrophes, or self-destruction, akin to the concerns we face today regarding nuclear weapons or environmental pollution? No one can provide a definitive answer, for the future remains an enigma, evoking anxiety mingled with hope. Like standing before a vast ocean uncertain of the far shore, according to geometrical optics and Lambert's law of reflection, a principle explaining how light scatters evenly in all directions from a rough surface, enabling us to observe distant objects. If extraterrestrials 1,800 light-years away possess a telescope sufficiently large and powerful to collect faint light from afar, they perceive Earth merely as a tiny pale blue dot, glimmering gently in the dark cosmos. Its orbital period is 365 days, revolving around the Sun with the regularity of a colossal being's breath. The albedo is 0.3, meaning 30% of the sunlight is reflected back, creating that sparkling appearance. The brightness varies with phases, fluctuating slowly by a few percent, like a speck of dust gently respiring in the sun's glaring light, imparting a sense of tranquility yet profound mystery. Continents, clouds, and oceans blend into a hazy glow, where fluffy white clouds drift lazily. Oceans sparkle under sunlight, and continents boast verdant forests. City lights, auroras, those dancing ribbons of green and purple at the north and south poles, like a natural light show, are overwhelmed by reflected daylight, indistinguishable, let alone revealing that dinosaurs once roamed ancient plains. Egyptian pyramids stood defiant in scorching deserts, or the Great Wall of China snaked like a dragon over hills. In their records, within the habitable zone of a small yellow star, our Sunday, a stable G-type star aged approximately 4.6 billion years, lies a rocky planet, its atmosphere teeming with abundant oxygen and water vapor, fostering ideal conditions for life. For rocky planets like Earth are virtually a miracle in the expansive universe, where most planets are gas giants or barren rocks. Oxygen is a highly reactive gas, readily oxidizing other substances and vanishing swiftly if not continually replenished. Without a constant source, it would disappear from the atmosphere in perhaps a few thousand years, and the sole means to produce such vast quantities of oxygen continuously is life, particularly plants and photosynthetic microorganisms, converting carbon dioxide into oxygen through photosynthesis under warm sunlight. Merely through spectroscopic data, a method analyzing light to determine chemical composition, as the James Webb Space Telescope performs today, they could ascertain that this blue planet undoubtedly harbors diverse forms of life, from tropical rainforests alive with birdsong and leaping animals, to deep oceans teeming with swimming fish and vibrant corals. The James Webb Space Telescope, the most powerful space observatory launched in the year 2021, has uncovered numerous exoplanets with potential biosignatures. For instance, in the year 2025, it detected evidence of a gas giant in the Alpha Centauri system, merely 4.2 light-years away, possibly possessing an atmosphere with water and oxygen, exciting scientists as this is the nearest star system. Moreover, Webb has observed the superhot rocky planet TWA 561b with a dense atmosphere, challenging the notion that planets close to stars cannot retain atmospheres, and discovered TRAPPIST-1e potentially featuring a hazy atmosphere akin to Titan's, with clouds and methane, as revealed in detailed observations from 2025 that hint at methane traces. Though complicated by the M-dwarf star's activity, what is even more astonishing is that Earth continues to breathe, like a living entity in the cold cosmos. With its rotation, the deep blue oceans and golden brown lands alternately come into view, creating a rhythmic variation like a heartbeat. With its revolution, the surface vegetation displays cyclical changes from lush spring greens with tender leaves and blooming flowers, to autumnal yellows with leaves rustling under chill winds. This patterned color oscillation, amid a universe of billions of twinkling stars, acts like a flashing beacon, drawing the gaze of all intelligent civilizations, stirring their curiosity and eagerness to explore. Imagine wandering alone in a dark forest, where dry leaves crunch underfoot and wind howls through branches. Suddenly spotting a light flickering rhythmically in the distance, you would undoubtedly feel compelled to investigate. A mix of excitement and trepidation before the unknown. Yet these extraterrestrial scientists would not realize that this planet would soon erupt in fierce upheavals, with humanity's dizzying changes. For what they see now of the chaotic Three Kingdoms period is but a fragment of human civilization. An era where people fought with swords and spears, yet overflowing with vitality and creativity, because, after another 1,500 years, this planet would undergo an unprecedented technological explosion. From the Industrial Revolution with rumbling machinery and billowing smoke, to the digital age with computers and global internet connections. From the year 1900 to 2025, in merely 125 years, Earth's nighttime brightness has increased hundreds-fold, thanks to electric lights illuminating cities, transforming nights from pitch black to sparkling like fallen stars. This dramatic shift on a cosmic scale could be deemed instantaneous, compared to the billions of years in stars' lifetimes. If detected by extraterrestrials 1,800 light-years away, they would surely be shocked, feeling astonishment and perhaps concern at such rapid development. Life on this planet has leapt from cold weapons to high technology in a remarkably short span, from war horses to spacecraft soaring aloft. Of course, they must wait 1,800 years to witness it, as light takes that long to arrive. But the Proxima Centauri system, 4.2 light-years from Earth, the nearest star, a red dwarf with planet Proxima b in the habitable zone, potentially hosting oceans and an atmosphere according to the latest findings from telescopes, and the Sirius system, 8.6 light-years distant, the brightest star in the night sky with its white-blue gleam, could view Earth's image from just a few years ago, including recent achievements like the International Space Station orbiting with beeping communication signals, although humanity has broadcast numerous signals into the cosmos, hoping for responses from extraterrestrial civilizations, such as the Arecibo message of the year 1974 transmitted from the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico, containing information about humans, deoxyribonucleic acid, and the solar system, or the golden records on the Voyager probes with music, greetings in multiple languages, and Earth images. More recently, in the year 2025, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Institute has employed artificial intelligence to analyze radio signals 600 times faster, detecting pulsing pulsars and monitoring cosmic background noise, even decoding simulated signals from Mars probes, alongside announcing progress in post-detection protocols and discovering potential life-supporting moons with internal heat generation. But these signals bearing traces of human civilization, as they traverse the universe amid noise from stars and galaxies, gradually fade into the background, weakening like whispers in a storm. An extraterrestrial civilization with technology equivalent to humanity's, at 100 light-years distance, would fail to capture these faint signals, as the expanse dissipates them, whereas an extraterrestrial civilization 1,800 light-years away, capable of observing Earth's details and receiving these signals, would undoubtedly possess technology far surpassing humanity's, perhaps with super receivers detecting cosmic microwave background radiation from billions of years ago, or observational methods we have yet to conceive, such as utilizing black holes as magnifying lenses. If they depart from their home planet, could they locate us? The answer is almost certainly no, for the universe is too vast and chaotic. In the cosmos, there exist no absolute concepts of up, down, left, right, east, west, north, south, as all directions are self-defined relative to local reference points. Venturing beyond a specific region renders them invalid, like becoming lost in an immense forest without a map. Taking Earth as an example, We must first define the ecliptic plane of the Sun, the plane in which planets orbit the Sun, before determining positions of other planets in the solar system. But this ecliptic plane pertains only to Earth, a minuscule local system. Once departing the solar system and entering the Milky Way's boundless expanse, notions of position dissolve, everything becomes relative and perpetually shifting. We can only rely on the galactic disk, a colossal flat disk with hundreds of billions of stars spiraling, and the supermassive black hole at its center, Sagittarius A, with a mass of 4 million solar masses, to establish rough orientations. As updated imaging in 2025 using artificial intelligence reveals its rapid spin, nearly at maximum speed, tilting slightly towards Earth. Meanwhile, the Sun carries Earth at 220 kilometers per second, approximately 500,000 miles per hour, hurtling through the Milky Way, completing an orbit around the galactic center every 230 million years, moving towards the constellations Virgo and Leo. Even if extraterrestrials pilot a spacecraft at light speed towards us, it would be a matter of 1,800 years hence, when everything has changed. By then, Earth's position in the Milky Way would be unknown, whether above or below the galactic disk, as the entire system moves at 1.3 million miles per hour through space. Thus, pinpointing Earth's location in the universe over long durations is exceedingly difficult, nearly impossible without continuously updating dynamic coordinates. Furthermore, the hundreds of billions of stars in the Milky Way all move swiftly, at hundreds of kilometers per second. After a few years, distances between stars alter, with no fixed coordinates whatsoever, forming a universe in constant flux like a surging ocean. They might detect Earth's spectrum, capturing its flickering light with biosignatures like oxygen and methane. They might receive its signals, such as those from the search for extraterrestrial intelligence using the Allen telescope array to monitor pulsars and radio interference. But to bridge 1,800 light-years and land precisely on this planet poses difficulty akin to finding a small fish in the Pacific Ocean, vast and deep with ceaseless currents. At present, those extraterrestrial scientists 1,800 light-years away still observe Earth in the year 225, when in China, Liu Bei had just passed away in 223, bequeathing Shu Han to his son Liu Shan, and Cao Pi was invading eastern Wu but being repelled. They behold a world rife with warfare yet teeming with vitality, with resilient humans overcoming hardships, creating poetry and art amid chaos. But they remain unaware that this planet in the future will birth aeroplanes soaring through skies with roaring engines, rockets launching into space bearing dreams of exploration, space stations orbiting like artificial stars, and producing nuclear weapons capable of self-annihilation, prompting us to reflect on our responsibility to the planet. They would transmit millions of self-introductory signals into the cosmos, perhaps stories of their civilization, hoping for connection. Meanwhile, we humans also gaze at the twinkling night sky, wondering if extraterrestrial civilizations exist. With projects like the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence monitoring radio signals from space, and recent discoveries of new methods to detect interplanetary signals. But we do not realize that, in distant space and time, eyes might be staring at Earth's past, seeing us as ancient warriors. The entire universe resembles a colossal time museum, where each corner replays Earth's history, merely at varying delays depending on distance. The perspective from 1,800 light-years reveals a harsh truth. In the immensity of space and time, each civilization is a solitary island, isolated amid the cosmic ocean. We only perceive each other's pasts, forever unable to reach each other's presents, leading to the Fermi paradox, the question posed by physicist Enrico Fermi: if the universe brims with potential for life, why have we just seen no one? New theories in 2025 suggest we may inhabit a lonely region of the universe, where life is rare due to factors like supernovae or radiation. Or perhaps other civilizations are hiding, creating an illusion of empty space. Alternatively, the Bored Aliens hypothesis proposes that advanced beings have ceased attempting contact, deeming it uninteresting. In reality, What is this blue planet in the universe? A cradle of vibrant life with green forests and lively oceans? Or a civilization advancing towards self-destruction with perilous technology? The answer depends on the distance between the observer and us, on the moment they occupy. Is it a cradle of vibrant life or a dangerous civilization progressing towards self-destruction? The answer depends on the distance between the observer and us, on the moment they occupy. Pointing telescopes towards our solar system, we continue to hope, continue to explore, for the universe remains full of mysteries awaiting discovery.
Its 4 hexagonal eyes sensing the